Welcome back into Sports Divided, College Pick'em podcast presented by Mamas on the Hill. Week 8, episode 9 coming at you. We had some bounce back last week.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys.
Well, for two of us, at least.
Which two?
Well, me and you, Tyler. Me and you. Adam, 3-0 on hitting his moneyline dogs, though. The spread is what got you. Or not the spread. Spread was fine. You were 5-6. The points, 1-7. That's what got you. That's what got you this past week. The over-unders. Tyler, 3-3 on the points, 8-3 against the spread, 1-0.
Seeing the board. Seeing the
Moneyline
board.
dog. And I myself, I said last week on the podcast, you know what? I'm done doing any sort of research, and I'm just going to fire at the board.
Smart.
And guys, it paid off. It paid off this week. Paid off. 15-5 against the spread, 9-12 points, 2-0 dogs outright. Remember when you laughed at me, Yuri, for taking Florida moneyline first half at plus 360?
Yeah, how about that?
Good hit.
That's a big hit. Who? I thought Adam took that. Was you that took that?
I took that.
Tyler pointed that out, and I was like, oh, man. That's good.
Also, you guys haven't noticed. 2 weeks. This is the third week now. 2 weeks ago, I've started drinking this Gatorade during every show. It's purple. 2 winning weeks in a row. Getting back to the third winning week coming up here.
Kind of looks like
I need to hear
mud
that.
water.
Yeah, it's Gatorade.
Yeah, I thought you were
purple.
drinking. I thought you were drinking chew spit. Honestly.
Yeah, that was what I was saving for later in the evening. I need to let's rattle off those season-long records. I need to figure out where I'm sitting here.
All right, season long. Tyler, and we'll go you first. 63, 73, and 1. 46.32%. Negative 16.5 units.
Man, it's a lot better.
Adam, 63 and 79, 44.37%, negative 21.8 units. And then I myself, 128, 144, and 3, 47.06%, negative 28.1 units. So I'm leading in percentage. The juice is killing me. The juice is killing
lay
me.
off that juice. All right. Well, hey, I'm working my way up. Maybe a little 10-0 week coming here. Get me back up. We'll be fine.
Well, we're gonna start it off with
you know what would help
Numb
those
nuts.
You know what would help those units?
What would help those units? We'll get to games. We'll get to games later. We'll get to how we blame Hawaii for everything later. So Tyler,
Yep.
You got 7 numb nuts this week or just 1?
I've got 2 numb nuts this week actually. And I guess I'll start off with Kirby Smart as being one of my numb nuts. First of all,
You don't
this
shove
guy,
a kid.
Yeah, you can't keep your players out of jail, first of all, which is, troublesome. And then, you got a true freshman quarterback for Mississippi State. Gets pushed out of bounds on the Georgia sideline. Kirby I don't know what Kirby was doing. He claimed he was running to go talk to his defense coordinator. Goes full extension shove on the kid and pushes him out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
For no reason at all. The kid did nothing.
No
flag. Got pushed out of bounds. No flag. I posed this question the other way. If that would have been the player pushing the coach, the kid is kicked out of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Suspended, I guarantee, suspended. And it's made a huge deal. I feel like this flew under the radar a lot.
There's only one personality that I have seen talk about it on a consistent basis, and it's Brandon Walker of Barstool because he's a Mississippi State guy.
Yeah, he's all over it.
Yeah, I saw the replay of that, and I was like, what the hell is going on here?
To your point,
It's crazy.
if that's Eli Drinkwitz, he's probably tossed. It's also like the fact that it's Georgia and Kirby Smart. There's maybe only one other coach in America he's not even a coach in America anymore, that could do that and probably it'd just go under the radar.
Yeah.
And it's Nick Saban.
Yeah, it's just terrible. It's embarrassing. He said he called them. He said he called them. Sorry. He said he called them the next day, apologized, but I don't give a shit. Like,
You're on national television.
Yeah, you're getting paid $13 million a year. One, you can't keep your own kids out of trouble, and then now you're shoving a kid for absolutely no reason at all. So that's one of the numbnuts. Numbnuts. The second set of numbnuts. It's a trio of people. Start off the top of the food chain with Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Just shitting down his leg again in a big game, big moments.
What did real quick? What did Portnoy say? He said something about pooping. He goes, he pooped on himself. He pooped on himself.
Yeah, good. I mean, it's just another big game. He has a chance to go out there. His team is clearly the more talented team. Has a chance to go out there, win a statement game, to just assert them that Ohio State's the best team in the country. Shits on himself, right? Team didn't look prepared in the second half. Well, that'll transition me over to the next tier of the numbnuts. Jim Knowles, defensive coordinator for Ohio State. Big game after big game after big game after big game. His defense has gotten torn to shreds. Go back to the last two times against Michigan, torn to shreds. Look at the last playoff game against Georgia, torn to shreds. Now transition to this game, torn to shreds. Dylan Gabriel hadn't done much all season, and he just threw the ball all over them. He was chucked. Dylan Gabriel was checking the ball down like Bo checked down Knicks was last year, all game. Now he did it in the second half. He was checking it down all game, but just chucking the ball deep to Evan Stewart, open every single time. Just Evan Stewart just running past Denzel Burks every single play for a touchdown. And last but not least of the trio of numbnuts from the Ohio State Buckeyes, let's just give it right up to the guy that leads the offense down the field, and that's Will Howard with a chance to win the game. First of all, the first play in that drive, he takes a sack when he didn't need to. Burns clock that was unnecessary. And then, just leads to the last play of the game. There's 6 seconds left in the game. You've got time to take two or three steps and get rid of the ball as quick as you can. They've got a timeout, so maybe they get 6-7 yards and they can either take a long field goal or they can get a Hail Mary. What does this idiot do? Runs around in the backfield, then burns 3 seconds, then runs forward and slides with 1 second left, where they can't even take a timeout or anything. So yeah, so numbnuts, a trio of numbnuts on the Buckeyes. We'll call them Bucknuts is what we can call them this week.
I like that.
Just ridiculous. Team was unprepared. So, I mean, the only thing that's saving Ryan Day right now is that, and maybe we can talk about this later, but the only thing that's saving them is now, they have, I mean, they've got tough games coming up. They still have to play Michigan. Well, Michigan, we know what they are, but they still have to play them. It's still a rivalry game, and they still got to go play at Penn State, right? So, and they got to play 9-win Indiana. Not to mention, we'll probably get to them later, I'd imagine, this show. So it'll be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out for the Buckeyes. Hopefully they can rally, but they just got out-physicaled again. They generated no pressure on the quarterback. He sat back there and did whatever they wanted. So,
well, to that point, too, not only that, but, I mean, it's hard to say out-coached. But I'm saying based off of the one thing I'm going to say. But how about Dan Lanning and the balls to throw the guy out there to waste the time for the 12th man?
Yeah,
to take that flag.
That or the onside kick to kick the ball right off the guy and get that too. Yeah. Great play call. I don't know why they don't use that more often.
They said some people were saying it wasn't on purpose. Some people said it was super on purpose.
Well, if you watch the video, I think if you're going to do it, you probably look a little bit more. He looked like he just kind of shanked it a little bit.
Yeah, like he tried to take a squib, but it was perfect. I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're that guy, you say for sure I did it on purpose. But
I don't know if he really did.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned here, I want to talk about something that I don't feel like it's talked about enough, and it's all these top tier programs with head coaches. It's all happened because of Nick Saban at Alabama, right? Where he just had this historic run, wins all these championships. Now that you're looking at Ohio State, you're looking at Georgia, Clemson, teams that have won national championship recently, LSU, Michigan. That if you don't do that multiple times and do it like 2 years in a row, or 2 out of 3 years, or 3 out of 4 years, you're considered like a terrible coach, and they want to just replace you right away. I mean, it's crazy that people were saying if Ryan Day doesn't win the Big Ten, we're calling for his head. Now, I don't think that needs to happen. The guys wins 10, 11 games every single year. But it is crazy to think about what Nick Saban did for the coaching industry at top-tier programs, right?
It's
unrealistic.
And think about it just in the SEC. Like, Tennessee until Heupel, what was it? Every guy got like 2.5 years, and then they were gone. 2.5 years, and they're gone. 2.5 years, and they're gone. They just turned through them.
I think crazy. It's the Ryan Day thing where everybody's pissed off it's the 2-5 record against the top 10 teams or whatever.
I don't even think it's 2-5 against. I think it's the fact that he's 1-3 against Michigan. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't help. But
that's the only thing I think that it really matters to them.
I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it too, right? Like I said some very bad things about Brian Kelly on Saturday.
But Ohio State fans don't care about.
We'll get to that game.
Ohio State fans don't care about that. They want to win national championships. No. So it's like they're going to.
I get that, but
they want to win
national
about that.
They care about Michigan.
No, they do, but they care about national championships. That's why they're calling for his head.
Why do they care about Why do they care about national championships? How many have they actually won in our lifetime?
I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't care about them, but I'm telling you what their expectations are, and that's why they're calling for his head. They want the national.
I'm trying to think. Is it 2?
They won in 2001 and 2001,
and they shouldn't have won that one.
And then they won in
the first year of the
2014.
Yeah,
but I mean, listen, like I said the same. I was like, Brian Kelly was just game. He needs to be fucking fired, right? But like if I step back and look at it, the guy came here and there was like 38 players on the team. They had to start a wide receiver at quarterback because they had no quarterback on the roster when he started, and he's been here for 2.5 years now. Won 10 games first year. Won 10 games last year. And how I think they'll end up like 9-3 this year. Just obviously lose a lot in the defense, need to be rebuilt. But now people are like, he's got to do something this year. And I was like, well, like it's not realistic. You have to build recruiting classes. Like it takes a long time to do that. And you're like, if you get rid of a coach too soon, like you're just like you're starting all over again. And especially now with the portal. Right, like these kids are going to leave, and I know you can rebuild it quick with the portal in like year one, but that's not a sustainable model for success. You've got to build it through high school recruiting, and if you're continuously turning over the staff, you're not doing that because these kids commit to these position coaches or the head coach, and then they leave. So then, obviously, when they leave, those kids are going to leave as well. So now you're starting back over, right? But it's just these fans and these boosters have so much money, they basically run a lot of these programs.
Boosters have zero patience. That's where it all comes down to. That's where all the hot seat rumors get going, is that they have zero patience. They want to win right away. They have these big checks going to these coaches and these players, and they want to win. So no patience.
Like look at like Drinkwitz, right? Like he was here. I don't know if it's his 4th year or what, but I mean they're calling for his head. And the guy's been there for 2 years, and the program was shit when he got it. It's like the same thing with Harbaugh. The same thing was with Harbaugh, right?
They're like, oh, money can buy a better coach, and they don't realize how good they have it. Yeah.
No, I mean, Harbaugh. It's a perfect example of like just being patient, letting him get his guys in there to build his. Like it takes like 4 to 5 years. It does. Like as much as people want to bitch, like. I mean, our listener of the week this week is going to – I don't want to give it away, but we were having this same conversation, and He was talking when his team lost a game early this year. He's like, fire him. I was saying it on Saturday, fire him. But, yeah. Anyway, I didn't want to delve into that topic. I just thought it was interesting. I heard someone, I was listening to a podcast, and I heard someone saying how like unreasonable Nick Saban had Alabama, and these expectations were like Alabama with Nick Saban never had a letdown spot, right? They were never letting down. Like they were going in, they were going to beat your ass. Like
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Good point. Good point.
You're a numbnut.
Well, I thought the numbnuts that Tyler was going to talk about was a story from this weekend. I don't know if it's podcast, if what happens at the lake stays at the lake, but I thought that would have been the story that you're going to tell. So if you want to tell the story, I'll let you tell it, Tyler. But
I don't remember.
How do you not remember? It was the highlight of the trip.
Oh no, we can't say that.
Okay.
We can't dive into names. We can't dive into names because I don't want.
No names. We wouldn't say any names, but it would be a funny story. Either way, shout out to the group that was there. Everybody will laugh about hearing this. We won't tell this story, but everybody knows what we're talking about. So
Yeah.
I didn't prepare numbnuts, but I was going through just the old.
Maybe I could
Twitter.
be the numbnuts because the person hates me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I did see the video of that Baltimore Ravens kid just beating the fuck out of that kid's a numb. That's a fucking idiot. Just going around knocking guys out, starting fights in the streets. That guy's a fucking moron.
Yeah,
that's a numbnuts right there.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
I heard he lost his job. He is going around like, you can't beat me. You can't beat me. It's like, what a fucking idiot. But
okay, Adam, we were talking about this before. The Avs just gave up like 2 goals in like 20 seconds.
Is it 4-0 now?
4-1.
4-1. Damn.
Yeah, suck, huh?
It might be bad.
Yeah.
The goaltending's not good. That's the issue.
All right, try. Who's your numbnut?
I'm just gonna take an entire program, the entire UCF program.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Just like we were up very high on UCF a couple weeks ago.
Yes, we were.
And then you look
Colorado.
at their schedule. You look at their schedule now. Now they're 3-3, with wins over New Hampshire, Sam Houston, and a bad TCU team, and losses to Colorado at home, at Florida, and Cincinnati at home, where they have yet to score more than 21 points. They've scored 21, 13, and 13.
Hey, remember I talked about last week Gus Malzahn against good teams. Did it again.
Yeah. I mean,
we could be foreshadowing something here. We could be foreshadowing.
Like TCU's 3-3, and they have lost to UCF, lost to SMU, lost to Houston, beat a bad Kansas team, beat Long Island, and beat Stanford.
Yeah.
That's the only team that UCF's beat. So they this week we'll get into that game in a little bit. Play number 9 in the country, Iowa State. So
yeah, interesting.
We shall see. But let's move on to a little bit of last week's games. We'll talk a little bit. One thing, me and Tyler were on this one. Adam, you were on the opposite side of this one. And then you also took a bet that I didn't understand when you did this, unless you thought it was going to be an absolute blowout. You had Kentucky minus 13, but then took the over team total of Vandy points at 21.5.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be a blowout. But I also wanted to cover just a little bit if I was on because I didn't have a great lean on that. So I was thinking if I was off on that. Yeah, I mean, it was a bad pick.
No, I was
trying
to
cover my tracks on Kentucky by taking the team total, where if I wasn't going to win the Kentucky line, I was hoping to at least back it up with the team total, but I fucking missed. What can you do?
Oh no, so there is. I'm only laughing because I had, to that point, you missed. Vandy scored 20 points. You had 21.5, right? There were, I believe, 6 over-under bets that I had that missed by the hook.
Ooh, hate to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, and then, it was, Tyler wasn't on this one, but me and Adam were both on the under of Wisconsin and Rutgers. And, Wisconsin took care of the over by themselves in that game.
That was bad.
So that was a non-sweat.
Yeah, terrible.
All right, we'll just get into it. Hawaii sucks.
We somehow didn't stay up for that game.
No, yeah, I was out.
Four drives they had that they got down inside the 10, around the 10, I should say, and either turned the ball over or missed the field goal.
Yeah, that'll derail an over real quick.
Yeah, and then
especially now with how fast the clock runs. That's another thing you got to take into account, right?
Well, and that was the thing is these four were like close to like 8-minute drives. They were having sustained drives and just blew the mama's parlay.
Hawaii ran for 15 yards. 24 carries, 15 yards.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Tyler was very critical of college kickers this weekend. I thought that could be a nuts from you. Just so.
Are you going to end up on the McAfee show trying to kick because you're so critical of them?
No, I just they're so unreliable, right? Like they miss a ton of field goals. Like, you don't know, right? Like you're on the edge of your seat every time your kicker goes out for a field because you don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to be a bad snap? Is it going to be a bad hold? Is the kicker going to shank it left? But yeah, kickers, they're they give me the heebie-jeebies. But I guess we can talk about the most important game of the weekend, Saturday night, LSU.
We'll talk about that one. Hold on. I wanted to talk about a game that.
Yeah, who's running this? Tyler, you're not the fucking lead guy.
How did anybody was anybody tuned in to the Big Ten Network on the 2:30 slate?
Yeah.
Illinois, Purdue.
We were flipping back and forth.
It was a shit show. It was a shit show.
We had it.
I'll tell you.
That was a fumble. It was a fumble. Purdue recovered
I didn't see
it.
what happened.
The game should have ended.
I don't want to go back to the lake trip, but I gotta tell a story. So we had a tea time. We were out really late on Friday night. Okay.
Shocker.
We went to this bar and watched the Blues game. Then we came back to our condo and we started, obviously drinking more. So we had a 7 a.m. tea time. I made everyone make a 7 a.m. tea time so we could watch college football when we got back, right? So obviously just hammered still going to golf. And one of our buddies, he was in my foursome that we were playing. It was 4v4 scramble. Let's just say we got to the third tee box, and he had already taken 4 shots.
Are his initials TC?
No. It wasn't him. TC was on our team though, and it was an absolute shit show, man. It was such a good time, but this kid was just absolutely blitzed on the third tee box. I mean, we were still drunk from the night before, so obviously it didn't help that you just get right back into the shots rack.
We've all been there.
Yeah. He fell out of the golf cart, reaching down for a golf ball, rolled
Yuri's
down the
been
fairway.
there in that exact same condo before.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Smiley faces
Did I send you that picture?
No.
I didn't send you the picture. I was talking to my father-in-law. He goes, "Hey, have Adam go reenact that picture of him sitting on that lane, looking through the railing. I'll send it to you."
I was just more talking about when he had the toothpaste smiley face all over him because he passed out.
That too. We almost went.
That was the lipstick on your back.
Yeah. We almost went back into Ixtapa to see if we could get some more gear from him. So.
All right, back to the show.
Back to the show. All right, from one shit show to another, the Oklahoma Sooners
Bad. I can't believe I fell for that. Bad. So bad.
I just thought it was going to be close in the first half because that game usually is.
I mean, it wasn't even like it was close in the first half.
Not
It
close
was close
enough.
in the first
No,
quarter, I should
Yeah,
say.
not 7.5
quarter,
points.
No.
No, it was.
But, like-
I mean, for the most part, it was close in the first half because in the second quarter, it was 7-3 until the 2-minute mark, and then Texas put up 2 straight touchdowns.
I mean,
boom.
that Oklahoma's in trouble.
They're done.
Yeah, season's over.
Talk about
The problem
how
the problem is they're 4-2.
yeah, but look at
1
who they
and 2 in
still have.
conference.
They still have Ole Miss, Mizzou, Alabama, LSU.
Don't forget
So
Maine.
they end 6-6. If they can beat South Carolina,
They might lose this weekend.
that's what I was gonna say. If they can beat South Carolina, luckily
my
it's at home
God.
for them.
Yeah, I mean they might lose the rest of their SEC games.
And
Yeah.
don't
On
sleep
the road
on
at LSU,
the Maine Black
on the road
Bears.
at Mizzou, on the road at Ole Miss. I said the SEC games. They might literally they could lose every single SEC game they have left.
Yeah.
They're not going to be favored in any more of them outside of this week.
No, unless Mizzou goes down and gets absolutely waxed again by Alabama.
No, I don't think they
But-
will. Because Oklahoma might be 5-4 in that game.
Yeah,
Mizzou will probably be 5-2,
2
6-3.
or 6. Yeah, 3. Well, you got them losing to Auburn this week. All right, you realize Hugh Freeze already put bulletin board material up there, right?
I know. I hate that shit. I hate when he does that.
Oh, you got Eli, a great friend of mine. He's got doing good with less talent. Oh, okay, Hugh. You're the worst team in the league, and you're talking about who has more talent on their roster.
Yeah.
But
man, was that light show down on the Bayou electric?
hey, that was the only thing we were all on, and it hit.
Yep. And they're going to lose this week. That's the bad thing.
Nah, they're gonna
Don't
keep
tip
the
picks.
boot.
Don't tip picks.
They're gonna keep the boot.
Don't tip
I
picks.
don't think so, man. That's such a tough spot.
That's tough.
Now, are they gonna cover? Meh. Are they gonna
2.5?
win?
Were they going to win by 1 or 2?
Yeah. Hey,
Fuck,
who
man, I
says
know.
it's not another Brian Kelly go for 2 to win the game?
God, man, I can't.
situation.
Every single game is close. It's can I just have an easy one?
Welcome to Blake Baker as your defensive coordinator and Brian Kelly as your head coach. Ask Notre Dame fans.
Blake Baker's done a great job as DC, man. This defense that won him the football game.
But I'm saying,
You were almost a targeting call away from losing a game.
Yeah, that was dumb though.
but what I'm saying is yeah. But think about the South Carolina game. How many points did they give up?
29, 30,
No,
31, 29.
Was it that? I thought it was more than that. I thought it was like 34, 31 or something like that.
Maybe
36, 33.
36, 33.
Yeah. So my point being is Blake Baker, yeah, he calls good when he's got guys that blitz.
But you don't understand, this defense last year was the worst defense in college football, and they still have a lot of those guys.
You're the LSU Tigers. You have athletes.
I know, but they're
And my
still
point being is
they're all young.
Blake Baker on a consistent basis. Look at Mizzou. Until last year, it was giving up 21 to 31 points a game, no matter what.
I think that's just the age you're in college football. Is you can allow teams to kick field goals. You just can't give up a bunch of touchdowns. You gotta bend, not break, baby. You gotta bend, not break.
My point with Baker is he's a guy that he's great.
Breaks.
He's like he's the opposite of Spags. Like he can't figure out how to have the secondary bend and not break. He's just got to get home with his ends and blitzes.
Yeah, that's what we do, baby.
Or he's in
Let's
trouble.
bam a blitz.
So, any other games you want to talk about, or you want to get in more in depth with that one, Tyler?
No,
We talked a little Oregon already.
Man, I'll tell you that condo was a rocking. Whenever LSU was, I made everyone go tarps off. Everyone had their shirt off. We were flailing around. I went and jumped into the lake after LSU won, just chugging beers. It was great. It was awesome. It was everything you could have dreamed. I hate Ole Miss. You know why? Because fucking Lane Kiffin's dumbass out there faking injuries again. He goes after in the post-game press conference. Yep, definitely should have won. We're the better team. Got to win that game. Okay, well, you know what, Lane? You didn't. You didn't do enough to win the game. You let LSU hang around in Death Valley, and you got what you get, buddy. You got what you get, and you got what you deserve.
You Jackson got it.
Jackson, you got the gap.
Not me, but maybe some people would say, looking at LSU's schedule, they might lose out of their rest of their conference games. Maybe not Florida, but
no.
I think there's
there could be a shot if they lose a few of these. That Vanderbilt game, they're not showing up to that. That could be an L.
You know who has, to that point?
It's not crazy.
You know who has the funniest thing that they could do? Is Vanderbilt. 2 weeks from now.
I'm sick and tired. I'm telling you.
No, but hold on. So the number one team in the country coming off playing Georgia plays Vanderbilt. Loss. Guess what happens next week? The number one team in the country is coming off a game against Georgia playing Vanderbilt.
Wow.
You guys.
Not saying it's going to happen, but Vanderbilt could do one of the funniest things that's happened in college football in a long time.
I was having this conversation today. Like, I get it. Vanderbilt's having a great year. They're a lot better, right? I sent a tweet that I saw that said, don't look now, but the Heather Dinich tweeted at Trout, said, don't look now, but the committee is going to start looking favorably or not looking at this Alabama loss to Vanderbilt as bad as they originally thought. And I was like, I said, why are we thinking that? They're a 20-point favorite. And, yeah, I guess you could say on the road, they had more fans there than Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt lost to fucking Georgia State.
Think of where they'd be if they didn't lose to Georgia State, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Trout, is they did.
I understand that.
They're gonna lose to Texas. I think they're gonna lose at Vanderbilt. They might beat South Carolina. I don't see it. I mean, Kentucky, yeah. I don't know. Kentucky is Kentucky. What is Kentucky, right? Like,
what is Mark Stoops?
Like, I mean,
should have went to A&M when he had the chance. Should have went to A&M when he had the chance.
It wasn't his choice. I mean,
I understand that, but
Kentucky beat Ole Miss. Yeah, that's a good win. But I mean, they got blitzed at home against South Carolina, a game they were favored in by 10 points. They cover against Georgia. Okay, they beat Ohio, beat Ole Miss. They lose at home to Vanderbilt. That's a game they gotta have. Coming off a bye at home against Vanderbilt, you lose.
So to Adam's point that brought all this up, Adam, I think it's more likely that LSU wins out than they lose.
Yeah,
no,
probably.
Let's be real.
It could be.
Then they
lose out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
so I said it wasn't you brought it up, but I could heard it.
They're going to lose. They need to go 2-1 these next 3 games.
They'll lose. They
need to go 2-1 these next 3 games.
Well, to stay in the playoff race, yes.
Yeah. I think they'll lose 2. I think they'll lose 2 of these next 3, and then I think they'll win the rest.
I think they'll lose 2 of the next 3 too. But
yep. And I think one of them, and I think it's gonna be this week, and I think they're gonna beat Alabama at home.
I think they're gonna lose I think they're gonna lose back to back. A&M,
okay,
and then Bama. I think they take care of
more to come on that though. All right.
Anything else? Anybody else?
We did enough putzing around here.
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into this week. We're going to open up in Bloomington, Indiana. Who would have thought we would have said that at Memorial Stadium, 11 o'clock kickoff on Fox, as the Nebraska Cornhuskers are taking on the Hoosiers of Indiana, the 16th ranked Hoosiers of Indiana, by the way. Nebraska getting 6.5 points on the road, over under 50.5. Adam.
Ooh, I like going first. really, I think like both teams get to the quarterback, which is good for on the defensive side. But when you got quarterbacks that struggle when they got pass rush, I think that's really what's going to make what kind of made my decision on where I'm leaning for this game. Indiana, their success is going to come in the red zone. They've had success there. I feel like that if I had to take a lean on a side that with their success in the red zone kind of gives me the thought that Indiana wins this game. But because I think O-lines are bad, quarterbacks are going to struggle under pressure, I'm taking the under. And if I had to pick a team, I'd take Indiana, but we'll see.
Tyler.
Yep, I'm taking Indiana here. All this team does is cover the spread, and all Sigs Inside does is win. Google me. I love Indiana. I love everything they got going. I think they're going to be undefeated when they play Ohio State here. I just don't know. I don't know if Nebraska can score with them is the thing, right? I just don't think so. Indiana's coming off a bye. Nebraska's coming off a bye as well, but I think Indiana's got a better coach than what Nebraska has too. So I think they're going to be ready, prepared, and don't look past Rourke from Indiana. The QB is having a great year. That enough people are noticing. 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1,800 yards. So yeah, give me Indiana here. I think it's going to be that place is going to be rocking. Their biggest game since I don't even know when. Couldn't even tell you when the biggest game. So Indiana minus 6.5.
I don't think Tyler. I don't think Adam caught the subtle shot at his program when he said Indiana's going to be undefeated when they play Ohio State.
Yeah,
no, I caught it, but I can't disagree with it. I mean, it's probably a good play.
I actually think Indiana might win that game against Ohio State.
Wow.
Now on the road.
Well, we'll get there because it could be a top 5 matchup.
Wow.
Yeah.
But to that note, like you said, all Indiana knows how to do is score, 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 and score.
Yeah, against bad teams.
They're averaging 47.5 points a game.
Against bad teams.
Keep doubting.
All right.
Keep doubting.
But maybe Nebraska's a bad team.
I will take Indiana minus 6.5, over 50.5, and Indiana team total over.
This is definitely the best team that they've played by far.
Yeah.
But man, they fucking score.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's all they've done. Every team that he's coached has done is score.
I'm just not getting in front of that train. Okay, if this is the time I get in front of it, and they get blows, I'm gonna be mad. Okay, so if I get in front of it, if I get on it and lose now, I'm fine. I just don't want to get in front of it. I've been in front of it. I bet it wasn't. I was in front of it on Northwestern, lost. In front of it on Maryland, lost again.
Yep.
And that Maryland game, they probably shouldn't have covered, but they just keep scoring, man. And I don't know.
And that's my thinking. I was on them against Northwestern. I was on them so much that I gave up more points to get a better. Remember, Yuri, you came with me on it.
Mm-hmm.
You got it at plus 103 or whatever instead of minus 110 because we gave up more points and they covered.
And that's a tricky spot too. Like, don't think like I know it's Northwestern, but you're going on the road to Northwestern. You're playing in front of like 10,000 people
in a soccer stadium
on
the lake.
Yeah,
right before your biggest game of the year. So yeah, I mean, can't get in front of them. So
I just think
it's inside of it, and it's inside of a key number of 7 too. So
I just think you see this where it's at both teams are it's not a rival. Well, maybe it is a little bit of a rival game, but you just see people tighten up a little bit, scared to make mistakes. The pressure's on. I just feel like the under's just. I agree with what you're saying. I like where I'm at.
Well, is this where you want public money, Adam?
No, but sure, fire it off. No, not my request yet, but
the public money consensus for this game when it comes to, do you want over under or do you want just the good old fashioned spread?
I don't care. I don't need it on this game, so give me both.
So for over under, the over is 77% of bets and 95% of the money.
Okay.
And it's relatively 62% on
On the line.
Nebraska,
Oh.
on both of them. So
yeah, that Nebraska fan base could help. Okay. All right.
But we will move on from Bloomington, Indiana. We're just going to head a little south to Knoxville, Tennessee. ABC 230, the number 7 Alabama Crimson Tide roll into Neyland Stadium, take on the 11th ranked Vols. Alabama -3 on the road, over under 56.5. Adam.
This is where I want the public line, but I'll give my little insider, but then after I want you to let me know what that is. The weird thing is that typically you see Tennessee's offense carrying the team, Tennessee's offense struggling, Alabama's defense carrying Alabama, Alabama defense struggling, offense is doing great. So I don't really know where to look on this. Alabama's obviously going to have Milroe carry them. I really just think you have to go with the better quarterback, and I think Milroe's playing a lot better than Nico at the moment. So I'm going to take Alabama, and I think this is going to be a shootout game. It might be a square pick, and that's why I'm asking for the line. But I might have to get square, SpongeBob SquarePants square, and get Alabama and the over. But what is the public saying?
There's more money on both of those than the public bets, which means that's where the sharps are.
Yeah. I have heard that a lot of the public is on Tennessee, which seems very crazy for an Alabama team.
Most
of the time, public loves Alabama.
No, it's 81% of the bets are on Alabama, 94% of the money. And then 60% of the bets are on the over, 89% of the money's on the over.
Okay. All right.
So no.
We're going to take Bama.
The public is all over Bama.
Bad info then. All right. Well, I probably don't like my pick, but we're going with it.
Tyler.
You want me to tell you guys something?
Sure. It is a podcast. Yeah, tell us it is a podcast.
This is pretty much going to be the biggest road game that Jalen Milroe's ever had at Alabama.
Yeah.
Every single tough game he's had at home so far. LSU last year at home. Georgia this year at home. Texas last year at home.
Auburn, 4th and 31.
This is going to be the largest crowd he's ever played in front of.
There you go.
It's going to be the toughest environment he's ever played in front of.
Now with that Josh Heupel offense, the way it's operating right now.
You think that that Bama defense is going to be able to stop him? Have you seen? They're terrible.
If Oklahoma's defense could stop him.
I think we see. I'm going to take Tennessee, just because I hate Alabama, and I think
money line or +3.
+3. I'll take Tennessee in the points here. I think it'll be a tight game. I want to take the over just because I think Alabama's a dead over team right now, but I'm going to stay away from it this week. Yeah, I think Milroe's going to have a tough time here on the road.
What has you think that Nico's all of a sudden going to start playing well? Because that guy sucks lately.
He's got home cooking. And I think that Alabama's defense isn't very good. Actually, not that I think, I know their defense isn't very good. So,
yeah, it's crazy to think. You'd think Alabama's defense usually good, not no more.
It's crazy to think. It is crazy to think that.
Yeah, so Alabama -3 in the over. I'm not going to overthink this. It just I don't know.
We got two
It just
SpongeBob's.
it screams that way. It screams that way. So we'll move on from Neyland Stadium.
It is kind of crazy though.
Tyler, just take the money line, man. What a soft pick. Get some.
No, I like it.
What's crazy? What?
You think about that. He needed to convert a 4th and 31 to win his toughest road game so far. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
but really,
you can only
maybe I should
win the
rephrase
games that are
this.
put in front of you.
Jalen Milroe has never played in a road college football stadium where there's over 100,000 people.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, he played in the Rose Bowl though.
Yeah.
Road game, I said.
Beat their ass.
All right, we're gonna move just a little bit more southeast. Head to Atlanta, neutral site game technically. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, not the Superdome. Almost messed that one up. As a 12th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish take on Georgia Tech. 2:30 ESPN. Bama -12.5.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame
Cut it.
-12.5.
Cut it.
Nah. Over under 48.5. Adam.
I have no idea on this game, to be honest with you. Notre Dame's banged up. I heard on a podcast that they got another guy hurt. A cornerback
Their best
out for the
defensive
year.
player is out for the year. Yeah.
Corner's out for the year. They always count on the defense to win these games, but Riley Leonard looks like he can throw the ball all of a sudden, so that's kind of crazy.
Oh my God! I had the same. You are saying the same shit that Mikey said to me. Are you saying it because they beat Stanford?
I'm just saying he went from can't throw to he can somewhat throw.
Stanford's passing defense is 117th in the country out of 133.
But he's changed his throwing. It goes to the guy where it used to go over the guy or under the guy. It goes to the guy. So maybe he learned
it's usually
something.
Easier if they're open.
Well, I just saying. I told you I don't know much about the game, but I saw that he's making some passes. So that's improvement.
I had this argument with Mikey earlier because he said if he had a pick to take one quarterback to start his next game, he would take Riley Leonard over Garrett Nussmeier.
That's bad. You saw that throw to win the game?
Yeah. So, okay, sorry.
But again,
sorry to interrupt.
I think we were talking about this pre-show. Georgia Tech quarterback. Was it Georgia Tech's quarterback we were talking about? But either way, Georgia Tech quarterback's banged up, hurt. So I don't really know what the deal is with that guy. Again, no clue. But I probably wouldn't bet this game. But since I have to, I'm going to take Notre Dame.
Tyler.
Yeah, I'm taking Notre Dame here. I've been on the last, 3 weeks. Not going to get in front of them there. Defense is a lot better. I think if you want to talk about another team that has been kind of shit, it's Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Ever since week 1.
They beat Florida State.
Yeah.
Is that their best win? It is. Duke,
yeah,
maybe? Maybe Duke,
depends.
they suck too.
It depends on what you think of,
I think they're shit. Yeah, give me Notre Dame. They're gonna give me Notre Dame and give me the under. I don't think. Wait, give me Georgia Tech team total under. That's what I want.
I don't remember what the Georgia Tech North Carolina cover line was last week, but I was on North Carolina. I don't think they covered.
It was -3.5. No, they did not because they lost the game outright.
No. I was on North Carolina.
Yeah, North
Carolina was favored.
Yeah.
No. Georgia Tech was favored -3.5.
Yeah.
Or what? Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
But they didn't come
cover.
close to.
Yeah. All right. But
they gave up a shit ton of yards to North Carolina.
I was thinking that maybe Notre Dame now beats the shit out of Georgia Tech, which I thought was going to happen last week.
They are.
So
did you know Notre Dame's currently minus odds to make the playoff?
Well,
think about that.
Makes sense.
have you seen the rest of their schedule?
Yeah. Georgia Tech
mean-
is not good. Notre Dame's gonna pound them. They're gonna run all over them. Defense, they're gonna. Oh man, I don't want the undertrot. I want Georgia Tech team total.
Yeah. I got you.
Okay, what is that?
It's not out right now because one of my bets is not out right. A couple of my bets are not out right now.
Okay.
For the team total, like Indiana's team total over is not out right now. So I'm on Notre Dame minus 12.5. I'm on the over of 48.5 and Notre Dame team total over. I think same thing. I think Notre Dame is just gonna. They always win these games. They always win the
48.
quote unquote neutral site games against a team that's really in the city that team's from. They're just playing at a bigger venue because it's Notre Dame. Like when they play Soldier Field and they play Northeastern or Northwestern or Illinois back in Big Ten days, they would mop them up, like because it's no longer a road game. It's gonna be, what does Mercedes-Benz Stadium hold? 60,000, 70,000, something like that. It's gonna be 75% Notre Dame fans because that's the way they travel.
Not that much.
I guarantee it's
Yeah,
Georgia
it's
Tech.
gonna
If
be
it's
a
Georgia,
lot.
it's different.
The stadium won't even be full.
Yes,
No,
it will.
I don't know,
Dame
but it will
have
be it will be a lot of Notre Dame fans. That's for sure.
It won't be full.
It'll be close, and it'll
No.
all be.
The problem is you can't
Well, I
tell. Same
can't say
colors. Same colors.
I was gonna say it'll be. Well, maybe they come out in green.
I mean,
sure.
they're gonna wax. They're gonna wax them.
Yes,
And I'm saying it because I hope they
too.
lose. They're gonna wax them.
You want to have another spot out of the way. Maybe possibility.
I mean, I just don't like. I don't think like Georgia Tech got all this love, right? But it was to beat Florida State to start the year. Florida State is
bad. Florida State team now.
Florida State's doo-doo.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Florida State, maybe later.
Oh God.
The sod game. We're gonna take some sod from Duke.
All right, we're gonna move on. We're moving on to Champaign, Illinois, as the 24th ranked Michigan Wolverines travel to the 22nd ranked Illini. 2:30 kick on CBS. Michigan -3 on the road. Over under 43.5. Adam.
What perfect timing for a bye week for Michigan. You could not ask for a better week. We got a new quarterback, maybe coming in. We haven't heard, but
he's playing. Come on.
Well, if you saw last week where Illinois struggled with a lot of quarterback runs, and
you ain't gonna have Mike Tuttle on the bench and not playing.
Who knows? But I'm just saying, I would agree with that. But I understand where some people could say Alex Orji might be a better fit just for this game.
No,
just because Illinois can't stop the run. But I agree. Jack Tuttle, new offense, good time off the bye, get the offense going a little bit. Illinois always plays Michigan close, always plays Michigan tough. So I'm pretty nervous. Where I'm very nervous is Michigan's secondary looked like dog shit. Where Illinois is pretty good is throwing the ball. So I'm going to take Michigan. What did you say, 3.5 or 3?
3.
By the hook.
Yeah, give me the 2.5. And then give me the over. 2.5 and the over. Yeah, I mean, that's what I want. That's sure. But I do think I do think you'll see Alex Orji in this game a little bit running the ball because Illinois cannot stop the run. And Michigan, yes, they're shitty, but they can still run.
No, I'm
they
saying
can
no 2.5. It's -135. No 2.5.
Oh, give me a break.
No 2.5. -135.
Check another site. All right. All right. But yeah, Michigan can still run the ball. I mean, their offense sucks because they can't throw, but they can still run, and Illinois can't stop the run. So Michigan wins, covers the 3. Worst case, they get a push, but the over hits.
Tyler, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking the only thing I want in this game. I just want the over. Did I see that Illinois rushed the field? Was I dreaming? Did they rush the field
No.
against Purdue?
They rushed the field as a ranked team against Purdue because it was the first time they beat them at home since
Let the kids
2011.
have fun. Let the kids have fun.
I am
You're the
for that.
ranked team. Hold on. You're the ranked team, and you just beat a team that lost to Notre Dame by 66 points earlier in the year.
Clowns, man.
I do.
And you only
agree,
beat them because they went for 2 after they scored the touchdown in overtime instead of just kicking it and sending it to an extra overtime.
I don't mind rushing the field, but I do mind when one team's 4-1 and the other team's 1-4.
And ranked and non-ranked.
And ranked. Yeah, I do mind that. Most times I don't mind, but I do mind that. I don't think Michigan's good by any means, okay? So that's why I'm not taking them. I don't think they're good. I think they're going to finish the season unranked. I'll say that still. It could possibly start this week, but I do think they are much better on offense with Jack Tuttle playing quarterback because he can actually throw the ball. So I think you'll get back to more of that pro-style offense, a lot of play action. I think Michigan's be able to run the ball. So last week, Purdue ran for 240 yards on them at 7.5 yards a pop. But I mean, if you also look at Illinois almost threw for 400 yards, and Purdue gave up over 550 yards of offense. So I think we're in for a scoring. I shouldn't say a score fest. I'd see this being like maybe like 27-20 Michigan, something around that. So, which gets us to the over.
I don't know. I'm just gonna buy a point here.
A full point or half a point?
Full point, and moves it to minus 120. So I'm gonna take the under of 44.5.
Key number for you,
24-20 or something.
Something like that. I don't
think you should.
I mean, I don't know. We'll just, I don't know. I can also get an extra point and still stay in within the thing. So I'm only giving $10 more of juice. So might as well just move it 1 point for no reason, really.
Yes.
Yeah. What if it is a 23-21 game?
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I think it's gonna be close. I think Purdue was so bad, and Illinois' defense took them for granted. That's why there was almost 100 points scored in that game, 99 to be exact. And I just think this game's gonna be a lot tighter. The past 5 games, the overs only hit one time, and it was in 2019.
Good stat.
So that's why.
2019 was a great year for college football, man. One of the best years of all time.
Even counts a 45-0 win by Michigan, 41-8 win by Michigan, because the spreads were over 55 or around 52, 51, and then the last time you'd have to go all the way back to find the second over to November 6, 2010, when it was 65-67, Michigan won. Yeah. And then the two games prior to that both hit the under also. So, yeah, I'll just take the under just because it just kind of makes it easier that way, I think. We're going to move on to we'll save the big one for last. So we're going to move just a little west to Ames, Iowa, as the Numb Nuts of the week. UCF Knights take on the 9th-ranked Iowa State Cyclones. UCF plus 14 on the road, over under 49.5. Adam.
Another game, zero idea what I'm talking about in this, and I have no clue. I saw that UCF coach hasn't announced their starter, which what the fuck's that about?
Well, because it's KJ Jefferson, or
KJ Jefferson sucks.
They said Browns expected to start taking first First team reps.
Probably. Probably. KJ sucks.
This is kind of a cool thing I saw. Cool nugget. UCF. This will be their first ever game in program history playing in Iowa, the state of Iowa. Who would have thought? I saw that 87% of the early bets were on Iowa State. So it makes me a little nervous that I'm picking Iowa State. But again, I don't fucking know. I wouldn't bet this game. But since I have to, I'm on Iowa State.
Okay. Tyler.
Yeah, I like Iowa State here, but I don't like the 14 points. So I'm going to be on the under here in this game. I love Iowa State's defense, and I love them even more against Gus Malzahn, dumbass. So yeah, give me the Iowa State defense against the Gus Malzahn numbnuts. Under. Also, hey, we're getting up into this brisk fall air.
Yeah,
What's that going to be
chilly,
like? A team from Orlando going
chilly
up to
season.
Iowa.
They're not used to chilly season.
A little windy. I don't
know. Little windy, little chilly. Chilly season.
Iowa State.
You guys have a
UCF
bit? Did you just do
under.
a sketch or a bit?
No,
Right off the cuff.
off the cuff.
Yeah, UCF has just been so bad. We just talked about it, like in the numbnuts. It's just they're brutal, absolutely brutal.
Big goal, Colorado goal, cutting it back 4-3. Sorry.
And I was on Iowa State last week. You guys were on West Virginia. Thanks for coming. I was on Iowa
Dumb.
State a couple weeks ago against Baylor.
So
They're
dumb.
the
I did
number 9
that.
team in the country. I mean, I don't know. Give me UCF to win outright because this is the game that
What?
Iowa State loses. Yeah,
To win
it's a type.
outright?
Yep, it's a type of game. It's a type of game Iowa State finally falls on.
On it last week.
So
With
give me
Florida first half.
I'll take also UCF just in case. UCF plus 14, and then money line of plus 425.
I have a feeling I hate
Wow.
I think I hate my bet, but that makes me like it just because I don't know what I'm talking about. So, all right.
I just look at the history of Iowa State's program. They lose games they shouldn't, and when they're there's a loss somewhere on that schedule. There's a loss somewhere on Iowa State's schedule, and if you go through and you look and you're like, well, Texas Tech's pretty good. At Kansas, no, Kansas sucks. Cincinnati, Utah, Kansas State, yeah, they probably should lose that one. But there's a loss in there somewhere that they shouldn't lose. And it's either this week or Cincinnati, so
She moves her body like a cyclone. Makes me want to do
I will take UCF. And if it doesn't happen,
Hey, game day might be at Iowa State next week.
maybe.
Trout
But
can,
they won't be after the Knights win.
What can I get that number at 13.5 just in case?
Here we go. Wanting to move
Just
lines.
in case.
Wanting to move lines. Let's see. What do you want it? You want it at
13.5.
That West Virginia was a tricky spot for them, man.
So 13.5.
I would say 13.5.
It doesn't. You can, if you want. Holy.
Talk to me.
This line is weird.
It's tight.
It doesn't get down to minus 130 until Iowa State minus 12.
I don't know. 12 is not that.
I'm just saying. So
give me 13 so I can get a push.
You can go 12.5.
Yeah.
And have minus 125.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. I'll take that. 12.5. 13 would be a winner. Give me 12.5. Drop that down.
Does that entice you at all, Tyler?
No.
Okay.
I want the under.
All right. We're going to move on to the biggest one of the week. 6:30 kick on ABC in Austin, Texas, as the 5th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs take on the number 1 team in the land, the Longhorns of Texas. Texas -5. Over under 56.5. Adam.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a good fucking game, I think. Texas, though, I mean, I hate to bash on my Wolverines, but really Texas hasn't had a major threat in terms of seeing a huge offense throwing the ball. I think Carson Beck had close to 50 attempts in his last 2 games. So
why do you hate General Booty in the
General Booty
UL Monroe?
That might be the best quarterback that the old Longhorn secondary seen. So I heard Bond was potentially hurt. I don't know if that's been cleared up or not, but that would be a big miss if he's banged up or misses some time. I don't know. What was the line? -4?
-5.
All right, that's good. I'm going to take Georgia money line.
Okay, Georgia +175. Tyler.
I'm going to take Texas -5 here. I think they're a better team. Obviously. I just don't know. Georgia's acting weird. I don't like coaches that beat up opposing players.
I love
Kirby's
that.
lucky. Kirby's lucky he's even coaching this game, let alone even having a chance to cover the spread. So, give me Texas -5 at home. Man, I think Texas is the deal.
They could be.
And I hate to say it.
I'm not going to overthink this one. For as good as Georgia's defense has been in years gone by, they can't stop anybody anymore for the most part. And they score a lot. So just give me the over of 56.5. I'm going to stay away from a side because I got burned on that with the Alabama game where I should have just taken the over and I took a side with it. So I'm just gonna take the over.
All right, so I heard this on Bear's podcast, our buddy Bear. There's a chance, and call Bear crazy, but looking at Texas's schedule, they lose this game, and let's say they somehow get beat by Texas A&M at the end of the year. They might not have a win over a ranked opponent and go from the number 1 team in the country to not making the playoffs.
Except he's wrong because they have 2 ranked wins.
Well, yeah, currently.
Michigan and Oklahoma State. Oklahoma. They don't just go away as ranked wins because the team's not ranked
I'm
anymore.
just saying at the time, though. I mean, the
at the end of the playoff,
it doesn't look good, though.
At the end of the playoff, but then what he's also saying is Oklahoma and Michigan aren't going to stay in the rankings.
Correct. That's what we're saying. There's a chance that going from number 1 team in the country to missing the playoffs.
Where's that Texas A&M game at? Is it at A&M?
At A&M for the first time since A&M left the Big 12.
So A&M's going to finish
their first meeting.
A&M's going to finish the year 11-1.
So
no.
If you can find some lines for Texas to miss the playoffs, I bet that's a pretty good juicy line. For all you sharps,
they're not gonna keep.
They're not gonna miss
Texas out.
If they can lose those 2 games and be 10-2, and they're still probably in the SEC title game, which means they're gonna be in. Because who else gets in?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
All right, we get to the good part of the show.
Yeah, we're gonna move on.
I couldn't even talk about
Mama's combo parlay and the listener of the week and how we're gonna proceed in future endeavors when it comes to the listener of the week. I myself am not part of the Mama's combo this week because I was the only one that missed, and I've been god awful on the locks. So Benny Boy is staying in, and our new listener of the week will be in there also. So Tyler, who is this week's listener of the week?
This guy gave a lot of positive feedback on the show last week. He I busted his balls into listening. So listener of the week this week, Mikey Helfont. Gave a lot of
Running
positive
it
feedback.
back. Running it back.
He loves Numb Nuts of the week. He was cracking up during that segment. So Mikey is the listener of the week, and his lock is LSU minus 2.5.
LSU minus 2.5 at home against Arkansas.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
Hate it, but
Man, I'm going to be on the money line the opposite way. But all right, Mike, good pick.
As your lock, you're going to be on the money.
No. But I'm definitely
it's funny.
Just had to make sure there.
no,
real
not
quick,
my
you know.
lock. But I'm definitely just
Then I was going to have to come up with a lock real quick, and you were going to be out, Yuri.
no, that's fine. Oh, I got
All right.
for play.
Tyler, do you have Ben's lock?
Benny Cookson's lock is Iowa State.
Minus 12 and a
So
half?
so I guess take those odds. Yeah.
Yeah, give me the 12 and a half.
Okay.
Thanks, Ben.
He was down to 2. He was gonna jump back on the Oregon train this week at Purdue on Friday night, but he changed his mind last minute. So, and I don't mind the pick. I like it.
Okay.
Adam, your lock.
My lock. I got a few written down, and again, last week I kind of went off the rails. I kind of hinted at Florida State being dogs at Duke. That seemed crazy. But real quick. No, I'll cover it when the next games we want to talk about. But my lock, I'm going Louisville, Miami, and I'm taking the Hurricanes minus 4.5. I love the over in that game, and I was debating the over being my lock, but I think I like the Hurricanes covering. So that's going to be my lock. Miami, Hurricanes, 4.5.
Tyler?
Auburn.
Let's go! Love it. Love it. I have Auburn plus 4.5. Good bet. Right on my notes.
The problem is I bet a lot of these games. Mikey and I bet these a lot early in the week, and these lines have moved, man. Like we have Michigan minus 1. Where's our Auburn? Auburn plus 4.
Yeah, that's what it's at.
Yeah. I think I forgot to bet that. I was going to go bet that, but I forgot to.
Well, a lot of times, though, yeah, she gets some favorable lines, but you can also get it the other way. Injury comes out.
Well, yeah,
the
but
line
it's
moves
the
the
risk
other way.
you take, right? It's the risk you take. So
Yeah, but sometimes I'd rather
and
just wait for the week.
I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a little sleepy in Como. It's going to be a little sleepy in Como.
No, it's not. You have no idea what's going on this week, then, do you?
Homecoming, I know.
Yeah. It's not going to be sleepy.
They ain't
Trust me.
going to the game. And I think something's wrong with
Brady Cook?
yeah.
Well, guess what? When you still have the most talented player on the field, Luther Burden, all you do is hand the ball off on a wide receiver reverse.
Yeah.
And what's he do? Takes it to the house.
It only takes him crying after one drive. He doesn't touch
Personal
the ball.
fouls.
No, here we go.
He doesn't play anymore. So
Plays.
all right.
There's no diva wide receivers in the league that do anything like that. Yeah,
Trout,
you're right.
let's keep track. What would your lock have been?
What would my lock have been? I was gonna. It was just gonna be my best bet then. Texas Tech minus 6.5 at home against Baylor.
Okay. Are you worried about a look ahead for the old
No,
guns up?
no,
Okay.
because they know that they already have a loss. It's a non-conference loss, but they already have a loss, so they know that they can't afford look aheads. The other game, here is your letdown spot. Ball State plus 26.5 on the road in Nashville at Vandy.
Yeah. I just fucking. We're talking about Vandy being fucking good at football now. It's just crazy to me. They lost to fucking Georgia State. So
Okay.
let's just keep that. When was the last time Vandy was favored by 26 over someone?
I'm sure they were with what's his name?
You change your lock, Adam?
No, but we buried the lead. Cam Rising back for an 8th year?
Eighth year, yeah, crazy.
What are we doing, man? I think it's crazy Cam Rising's back.
I mean,
it's 8th year.
What a distraction. What a distraction. I mean, I'd take him at Michigan, but what a distraction.
No, you can't even stay healthy.
like,
what do you want him to do?
He's got 8 years.
I'd take him.
What do you want him to do? Come back and get hurt?
I'd take him.
No.
Okay.
All right.
A game I want to talk about real quick.
Yeah.
I need you to look at this line. New Mexico versus Utah State, the over, under. Tell me that
80.
number.
80 points.
78.5.
It was 80, yeah.
That's crazy. I've never seen something like that, I don't think. That's an under for sure. No way they're living up to that.
Do you not remember when you would look at lines and it'd be
80 points? No, I don't.
Prime Chip Kelly days at Oregon, and it's
I didn't have a bookie when I was 16. But
it wasn't. Come on now.
I don't know. But no, I just thought it was ridiculous. I was like, holy
shit.
It
was like 2013, 2012.
Hey, and you know what? 88% of the money's on the under.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Give me the under, too. Give me the under.
All right.
That just seems sucker bettish, though.
Oh, I'm sure, but
New Mexico is 5-1 on the over, and Utah State is 4-2 in the over.
Okay, so if you do this, you can't have like any long drives that don't score points.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it is ridiculous.
So
hey, True TV, baby. True
I'll
TV.
I'll be locked in. That's where I got that, because I'm a big Practical Jokers guy, so I know where True TV is on my screen. I'll be tuning in. Shout out, Murph.
Tyler, what's your best bet?
My best bet is going to be. I like it because I bet it earlier, and I don't. What's the Kentucky line right now?
I mean, if you got a ticket on it, we'll give you the ticket price on it on this one.
Okay. Yeah, I bet it earlier.
It's Kentucky minus 1.5 right now at Florida.
I've got it at Kentucky +1.
Sheesh, guy.
So buy those points.
Is that overseas?
No, I bet it on No Juice.
Yeah, real reliable source.
On October 14th. What's today? 16th?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take Kentucky. Reasoning behind it, Graham Mertz is out. I don't think people are taking enough into that. And also, the other one that's really big is the running back. I don't think Montrell Johnson's playing either. I think he's hurt. So, and we know how shit Kentucky was, so that's going to be saying something.
I'm surprised, Tyler. You love to go to those ESPNU games for picks.
I have some in here. I bet Kent State +21.
Oh, the only reason I was asking is I got Memphis minus 11.5. It's an ESPNU game at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I love those. Adam, what do you got?
Adam, what was your best bet, or was were you talking?
It was that under for sure.
Under?
But I want to. I can throw in another one. I think USC Trojans, their season's over. They're going to Maryland. Maryland's going to win that outright. That's an easy bet for me.
There you go. That wraps this one up. Episode 9, week 6, Sports Divided, college football pick'em, presented by Mamas on the Hill. Go get yourself a chicken parm.
Do it.
Maybe
do it.
Maybe a nice house salad, some fried calamari.
I was there on Tuesday. Sorry, had myself a nice lobster ravioli.
Ooh.
Hey,
the season.
What did you have on?
'Tis the season for lobster ravioli.
From good food to bad food, what did you have on Monday, and what was the review? Fans should know.
Yeah. I had the chicken Big Mac. I had to try it because I saw it, and it was good. it was just different, right? Like I like the original Big Mac better. It's just so damn messy. Like it doesn't stay together.
That's the way all Big Macs
Like
are.
Lauren came downstairs and I took a bite and like it went all over the place. I was like wearing it. I mean, it was good. It was one of those things where you have it one time and it's like, yeah, it's good. Would I go get it again? No.
The marketing guy for McDonald's just has a picture of Tyler on his desk being like, I could get this guy in for anything. Like, this guy is. We're driving.
What's next? The McRib chicken sandwich?
Chicken
Basically, what it was, it was 2 oversized chicken nuggets in between the 3 buns.
So the McChicken patties.
No, it wasn't even the McChicken patties.
Really?
I don't think it was. At least I've had the McChicken before. It didn't look like that patty. The McChicken's a little more breaded, right?
Yeah.
Like this was like an actual like nugget. Like the outside was like a nugget. The McChicken's not like that, I don't think.
No, the McChicken's more like a nugget. Their chicken sandwiches are more like the Chick-fil-A style breaded sandwiches.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm thinking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was good. Like, it was probably like a 7-1 maybe. Is it something I'm going to travel back for? No. Like, I'll just get a Big Mac.
Is it something you're proud to have said you've eaten?
Yeah, because you have to try it. Like, I love Big Mac, so I wanted to try the chicken Big Mac.
I'm telling you.
But like I said also, it's like so fucking messy. Like, you take a bite, like, the buns fall off everywhere. Like, Lauren came down, and I was like, this Big Mac everywhere.
While you're watching Monday Night Football?
No, it was during the day for lunch. I was off. Bank was closed.
Oh, yeah. Columbus Day, Banker's Day.
Yeah, and I was moving around so slow because I got smoked. Okay, so we were at the lake all weekend. We come back. Everyone's
Men's
hungover.
League?
Men's League. You know what time?
10:30.
Yep. And it was not a good game for the Mama's squad. We ended up losing.
Adam, where are hats?
Yeah.
I emailed the guy today. I had to confirm the hat he had. The logo was like this big. It was dumb.
So Trout, I'm playing obviously wing, so Puckett slides up to the D-man on the offside, so I go up, and the guy just winds up. I was like, there's no shot he's going to hit me. Like, I'm so close to him. Like, I was, like, not, like, right by him, but I was, like, far enough to where the Puckett, obviously. He should be able to miss me. Right into my foot. Right into the inside.
Don't you love it when, you're playing men's league and this guy at the blue line's winding up for a howitzer of a one-timer?
At 10:30 at night when I'm hungover.
I know, me as the goalie, I'm like, oh, great, this thing's coming head high because they have no idea what they're doing.
It hurt so bad. Like, I stayed out there for the rest of the shift, and then I think the next shift was like, we got a penalty. And my shift was coming, I was like, someone go. I'm not fucking going. My foot hurt so bad.
So did you take another shift?
Yeah, I played. This happened in, like, I want to say the, like, beginning of the second period. So I ended up playing. We pulled our goalie with, like, 7 minutes left.
Jesus.
We dominated. It was crazy. But a little backstory of Mama's hockey to everyone listening. Yeah, it was a rough game Let's just say that. So we'll get back on the saddle this week, though. So Murder Hornets got us. And
Murder Hornets, that's who you lost to?
Yeah, and for all the Murder Hornets listeners out there, fuck you.
You Hornets.
The Murder Hornets. Come on now. Those guys can't even cross over.
I think we outshot them probably 40-10, I would say.
Yeah.
No finish, huh?
No, we got stopped on like 4 breakaways.
Aiken wasn't there?
Aiken was there. We got stopped. Aiken had a breakaway, I think. A lot of turnovers.
A lot of hangovers.
Oh, we didn't even talk about this yet. They're coming back. The other Adams on the ice. We're second period, so we got the change right there.
Long change.
Long change.
Bench, get ready.
So they're going down the ice on like a 3-on-1. Adam comes and changes while he's leaving the offensive zone. And, of course, I step on the ice because I'm left wing on that side.
Dash.
Yeah, but I'm yelling, hey, stuck at the goal line.
Yeah, but you're moving.
At least
I have to get off the bench onto the ice and then go.
You weren't paying attention. You were not paying attention.
Because
his point though is you just gave him a dash for just getting off the ice.
I agree. It's a bad change. But
I didn't even get
at
into the
least
D
you
zone.
would been
And
a
they scored.
zone. You would be a zone closer if you were paying attention. You weren't
I didn't
looking.
even get in the. I didn't even get in the D zone.
I know.
And they
You
scored.
probably
And
got to the referee.
I looked back and I said, "Thanks for the dash, Adam."
Yeah, I know. I was at the far goal line. No, I wasn't going to get back. I was hoping that the bench was paying attention, being active teammates, where you can jump on and basically skip a zone because the refs don't watch the fucking substitutions. You basically can cut off the fast.
They're not. This isn't lacrosse.
You know what I'm saying?
It's called a line change.
You can jump the line change and basically move right up in the neutral zone, but he wasn't paying attention.
That's enough. This crowd's tired of hearing this, but we can cut off the last portion. But thanks for the dash.
All right,
Plenty you gave me.
we'll talk next week.
See you, boys. Don't hit end.
See you.